This is one of the most beautiful instrumentals that you'll ever hear. Canon in D, Paco Bell. Is that gorgeous or what? Now imagine driving through the Rocky Mountains or along the Pacific Coast Highway. Or the road to Whistler in British Columbia. Or the road to the sun in Glacier National Park. Is that beautiful? The very fact that somebody could just sit down and out of their head compose such a masterpiece is unbelievable. I mean, the spirit, the soul that must have been within that person that sat down and just put that melody to music is just absolutely unbelievable. You know, I often say that there's certain pieces of music that elevates my soul, meaning that it, music, certain pieces of music that when I hear them, Pilana, Bojano, Yorgelt Kivano Kujvaj. You know, I got carried away hearing the whole, I got carried away hearing the whole canon in D instrumental, but there's certain pieces of music that just take and seemingly elevate your soul. You know, they're so beautiful that they seem to just lift your soul, your spirit out of your body, if only for a moment, just to dance. And this piece right here seems to do that. And Mozart's, Four Seasons. That's another piece that just seems to elevate my soul. So start of a start of another day, and yesterday was for all intent and purpose day one of a 90-day adventure, and I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to begin with today's video, but as I was going through my day, going through my morning, I should say, I was thinking about little things and what have you. And the thing that struck out to me, the little thought that popped into my mind was life's little lessons. Life's little lessons. And as you go through life, you learn. Oftentimes, you learn life's little lessons. Sometimes you learn them the hard way, and other times you don't. But one of life's little lessons that I learned a long time ago was that life's not fair. Life is not fair. You've heard that all the time. And if that's one thing about life that really, if that's one thing about life that I don't like is the very fact that life is not fair. It really challenges me when you think about the haves and the have-nots. Why is it that you have haves and you have have-nots? Life is not fair, and it's that's one of life's lessons that that I learned a long time ago. The other life's lesson that I learned is that you don't always get what you want. You go through life and you want certain things, and you don't always get them. And that's a life lesson that you got. That's a life lesson that you got to learn. And the quicker you learn that you don't always get what you want. The quicker in life that you learn that, the better you are able to cope and deal with life. And what am I talking about? So for the better part of the last month, I've been talking about my lovely, lovely travel companion. I have a lovely travel companion coming over to travel America with me. And those of you that watch my videos every day, you know the excitement that I've had about this opportunity to share America with this lovely travel companion. And all along, I've had people that have been questioning my motives. What are my true underlying motives insofar as inviting this lovely travel companion, or LTC, as Paula up in New Orleans calls her. Paula sent me a message yesterday, and she said, "From now on, I'm going to refer to your lovely travel companion as your LTC." So anyway, so as I was so over the last several weeks, there have been people who have been, questioning, my decision to travel across the country, with this lovely travel companion, questioning my motives. What are my true underlying motives, and what have you. And all along, I've been saying that this arrangement, if you want to call it an arrangement, we're just friends. That's it. That's been the understanding. That has been the understanding all along, is that we are just friends. And I am perfectly excited. I'm perfectly okay with that. And I've always been perfectly okay with that. The fact that we are just friends. And you know what? I mean, when you think about that, when you think about being just friends, this individual, my lovely travel companion, is absolutely adorable. She is such an adorable person, and she has such a beautiful soul about her. And to be just friends is more than to be just friends is more than okay. And that being said, and to correlate this with life's little lessons, I had in my mind, I was fully of the mindset. When she was coming over here, I was fully of the mindset that we are just friends. And that was my mindset, and I was perfectly okay with that, and I am perfectly okay with that. But yesterday, yesterday, my lovely travel companion told me that she met a wonderful man. She met a wonderful man in Budapest after she had made the plans to come over here to the United States, and that she is. I'm not sure if she said she's in love, but she likes him a lot. She likes him a lot, and that whole thing complicated everything. What to do? I mean, what a dilemma. For her, here she is in a situation where she meets somebody special, but then on the other hand, she has the opportunity to go and travel across arguably the most beautiful country in the world, and see some of the most beautiful creations of the ultimate master artist, God. I mean, when you go through some of these places, when you go through like the Yosemite Valley, and you go through, drive along, the Pacific Coast Highway, and what have you. I mean, it's like God's canvas, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So here is this here she is with this kind of dilemma. She meets a wonderful man, and then she has this opportunity to come over here, and she chose the opportunity. She chose the opportunity to come over here, and as she was telling me that, as she was telling me that, I can't tell you that I wasn't somewhat, I mean, I had mixed emotions. In one regard, I was happy for her. Anytime somebody finds love, anytime somebody finds love, how can you not be happy for them? So in one regard, I found myself being happy for her. In the other regard, I had like I said in some video in the previous thing, I had my own hopes and dreams. And and here I am. I had this hmm, boy, that coffee is good. Here I am. I had this hope, albeit a small hope, mind you. I had this hope that there was the possibility that she would come over here to America, and the two of us somehow or another would find love with one another. And then I'd get on a plane with her and we'd go back to Magyarország, and we'd have the most beautiful countryside wedding. And then after that, we'd get on a plane and we'd go, take a honeymoon around the world. Wouldn't that be something, you know? So I had that, albeit it was a small hope, mind you. But I had that little hope. But at the end of the day, it's one of those situations in life where you don't always get what you want. And, as I said, the earlier you learn that lesson in life that you don't always get what you want, you got to let go, let God. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you let go, you let God. And you just let life take its course. And in doing so, you trust in you trust in you trust in God's ultimate plan for you is what you do. You trust in that. And I've often thought over my life that you know when you want something in life, you want it on your timeline. You want it on your timeline. But oftentimes, you gotta realize that you're living in God's time zone. A lot of people, say, well, I'm in Eastern Standard Time or Pacific Standard Time, but ultimately you're in God's time. And you go through your life and you wait, you patiently wait, and you trust in the Lord to bring you what you need, and bring you what you want. And what you want is not always what you need. So it is anyway, it is what it is, I guess. And as I laid my head on my pillow last night, I found myself thinking, this is it's a true test of character. It's a true test of character. I have the opportunity. I have the opportunity to take this lovely travel companion and to show her some of the most beautiful places in the world. And I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take her through the most beautiful places in the world. And then when it's said and done, I'm gonna put her on a plane, and she's gonna go back home to her family and her loved ones and this new love. And in doing so, like I told her last night sitting at Costco at the food court, I know what you're saying. You're saying I took her to dinner at the Costco food court? Yes, I took her to dinner at the Costco food court. But anyway, only because we were getting her a laptop at Costco. We got her a beautiful laptop at Costco. But anyway, like I was like I told her sitting there having dinner at Costco last night. I said, the two things that are the most important to me is that when this trip is over, you have an unforgettable memory. That's the one thing. And also, when you're sitting on that plane and that plane is taking off out of Cleveland back to Budapest, and you're looking out the window, that you say, you know, that guy Tom is a good guy. He's a good guy. He's a nice man. You know, if those two things, if she can leave this whole experience with an unforgettable memory and the feeling in her heart and her mind that I'm a good man, that's all that matters to me. Really, it's all that matters to me. But anyway, so with all that being said, I don't anticipate that she is going to. I don't anticipate that she is going to be partaking in my videos, and it's a shame because I know there's a lot of you out there, especially those of you Hungarians out there that watch the videos. I know there's a lot of you out there that would have loved to experience and see all the sights and everything through her eyes, but out of respect to her privacy, I think she's a little camera shy. But that's okay. It's perfectly okay. So, I resolved myself last night, and I've got less than a week before pulling out with the camper. I've got less than a week. And last night I told myself that, you know what an incredible opportunity I have. I have a beautiful, gorgeous new truck. I have just a delightful, cozy little camper. I have an absolutely adorable and beautiful and delightful travel companion. And to not take advantage of this, to not take advantage of all of that, it's like the perfect storm for a perfect road trip. And you know what? I am absolutely hell-bent on bringing you along. And I'm hell-bent on showing you America. Many of you, like you've never seen it before. And I keep thinking, when I think about that, I keep thinking about the rail line in Durango. And I don't think that my lovely travel companion has even heard of Durango before. But Durango, the rail line through the Rockies, the steam engine locomotive going through the Rockies. For some reason, every time I think about that, I think about the Kuranda Railway. The Kuranda Railway in Australia, and how much fun that was, and to be able to do that again is just going to be fantastic. And then there's so many things I'm looking forward to. Taking a bike ride along Bryce Canyon is another thing in southern Utah that I'm absolutely looking forward to. But and then I was on the fence about buying equipment. Yesterday, look what I bought. I went out yesterday and I bought the ultimate toy. Can you see that? This right here. See, this right here is out of Skip Smith's league. This is this is out of Skip Smith's league. Skip Smith, I don't think would ever. I don't even know that Skip Smith would know how to operate one of these things. This is the Ronin S stabilizer, and I stopped down yesterday, and it's perhaps I think it is one of the best. It's called a stabilizer or a gimbal, I think, but it's one of the very best on the market that you can buy. And look at the case. I'm not even going to attempt. You know what? With this type of thing, I did a product review on my gimbal, but and that's had like 500,000 views or something. But with something like this, I'm not going to do a product review because there's all types of people doing product reviews on this, so I'm not even going to bother. But and I don't know the technical aspects, and I don't care. You see, but look at that beautiful piece of equipment, and It's, Oz, when I come down to, I was talking to Oz down under last night. And when I come down there, Oz, we're going to take this baby and we're going to go do the Great Ocean Road. We're going to do the Great Ocean Road together. And we're going to do the, God willing, of course. I always got to remember to say that. I always got to remember to say, God willing. But anyway, so we're gonna take this wonderful gimbal. I'm trying to figure out even how to open it. I'll figure that out later. But we're gonna take this wonderful gimbal, and we're gonna do the Great Ocean Road. For those of you that have never seen the Great Ocean Road, go on YouTube and search Tom Hall Great Ocean Road. Tom Hall Great Ocean Road. It's perhaps one of my favorite videos of all the videos I've done. And it was that video. I was driving home last night and I was sharing that with my lovely travel companion. It was that video that I shared with my dad one night. I had taken my dad up to ice cream. And my dad and I were coming back from ice cream, and I put that video on my phone, and I sat there as my dad just watched it. He was mesmerized by that video. And the video was just ending, coincidentally, as we were pulling into the garage. And we pulled into the garage that night. And my dad, having just watched that video, he turned to me and he said, "Tommy, you've lived an incredible life." And to hear your father say that to you, to hear your father turn to you and say, "You've led an incredible life." What a thing for a father to tell a son. And that's something that that's one of those moments with my dad that I'll never ever forget. So anyway, with that, it's on with the day. And some of you are rather observant. Yesterday I did a video and somebody made a comment about the lovely tablecloth in the back. And I was trying to, I was trying to make the home as Majad friendly as possible. I was doing all these little touches in the home, to make my lovely travel companion more comfortable, and putting in, I have paprika hanging from the thing over there, and I've got the nice little tablecloth and what have you. But there's a recipe book there. And this morning I asked my lovely travel companion, I said, "You have a big decision to make today." And she looked at me and she was very worried. She's like, "Uh-oh, big decision?" And I said, "Yes. You have to decide between blueberry bundt cake and carrot cake with cream cheese frosting." So I'm going to let you guess what she chose, okay? You can just put in the comments what you think she chose. Did she choose the carrot cake, or did she choose the blue cheese or the blueberry bundt cake? All right. So anyway, the Hungarians, they love their sweets. The Hungarians love their sweets. There's no question. You walk down the street in Hungary, it doesn't matter whether you're in Budapest or you're in a little village or something like that. The Hungarians love their sweets. The Édes, I think they call it Édes. Édes. I think Édes is sweet. So anyway, time to get on with the day. Today is Friday, and we'll do the question of the day. I started my teeth whitening last night, so we'll see. Maybe by the time we get to the Pacific Coast Highway, I'll have pearly whites. But anyway, let's do the question of the day today. Alexa, what's the question of the day?
Good morning. Here is today's question of the day. It's from our literature game pack and is worth 4 points. In The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, what is the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything? You can answer A, the number 42, B, dolphins, C. Base 13. Or D. Apophenia.
A.
Nicely done. You have earned your third literature
I
badge
got
and
it.
4 points. In the series of books by Douglas Adams called A Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the supercomputer named Deep Thought takes 7.5 million years to compute and check the answer, which turns out to be 42. Deep Thought points out that the answer seems meaningless, because the beings who instructed it never actually knew what the question.
Okay, folks, how the hell I got 42 for the meaning of life? I don't know. But let's do today's high hope. Today's high hope is treasure your time. Treasure your time. Our time is a non-renewable resource. We have a limited supply in our days, in our lives. Treat it with respect. Prioritize its use. Relish each minute. Spend time wisely. You know, it's interesting. Treasure your time. That's something that I've learned over the years. I've always learned that as I go through my day, oftentimes I'll ask myself, what am I doing at this moment in time to better myself, to ultimately better myself? What am I doing at this moment in time that's ultimately going to make me a better person? And that's not to say that I always have to be working, I always have to be doing whatever. But, you know, for example, when I see people that are just sitting there playing video games endlessly, I think to myself, my God, you know, they only have so much time in life. What the hell are they doing sitting there wasting their time playing video games or something like that? But treasure your time. And the quote is from Ralph Waldo Emerson. And I need to look up a little bit more about Ralph Waldo Emerson because I was watching the movie in the national parks and there were some quotes from him. But Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "Tomorrow is a new day. You shall begin it serenely and with too high a spirit to be encumbered with your old nonsense." So there you go. Tomorrow is a new day. You shall begin it serenely and with too high a spirit to be encumbered with your old nonsense. So, you know, this morning I woke up, I stepped outside my balcony. The dawn was just coming up, and I thought, oh, it's a beautiful day. And I'm going to get out there on my bike, and I'm going to do my 20-mile bike ride. And then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to either make blueberry bundt cake or carrot cake with cream cheese frosting. What do you think? So tomorrow morning, I'll be doing my video, and you'll see me with one or the other. Well, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, have a great day, everyone. Take care.